the illustrious brands and moguls that are sponsoring my going away party. I would also at this point be remiss if I did not ask you to not mistake this for a plug. None of this would have been possible without Nexus Nero, and I wouldn't have had the inspiration to write the speech without my muse, Mike Stead. My inspiration, like most rap songs, has featuring artists. So I would also like to mention Huey Mack, DN Autographs, Chip, and of course, the most important of all, I want to thank my favorite band, Poor Mercy, featuring Sean Stefani, lead singer, for playing this event. All of whom have been honored on our beautiful sheet cake provided by DN Autographs. At this point, I would also like to request the piece with my face on it. I never thought in real life I would have the opportunity to eat a cake that looked like me. It's pretty legendary. When Sean Napka left the service desk this year, I remember how lost we all were. And I remember how much knowledge, experience, and leadership he took with him when he left and went to the networking team. And I know that when I leave, we're going to experience the same problem. I know that 2 weeks is a very long time, longer than most of you can bear. But don't worry, because I want you to know that we will stay in touch. And I'll be reminded of you all the time. Like, when something silly happens, like the power going out and the servers crashing, it will remind me of Common and how I know he will think that it is hilarious. So I will call him at 3 o'clock in the morning to tell him about it. And I know that when Nefka said, and I quote, "Don't call for anything," what he really meant was call whenever, whatever the reason.
Exactly.
Dan, as my boss, I personally know that you are always available. Emphasis on always. Available for counsel. That is why I will only be calling from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, excluding holidays, vacation time, calendar appointments, bathroom breaks, IS lunch times, Mike Stud listening breaks, or when you are working on an open ticket.
So was that leave 5 minutes of the day?
And whenever there is a problem with a printer, I will be calling the only printer expert I know, Brad Sparks. And if I hear any good gossip or see anything remotely crazy, I will have a conference call with Robbie, Lindsay, Kim, Ann, and Michelle to have girl talk when all women are already awake at 3 o'clock in the morning watching romantic comedies and eating ice cream. And Chris, Stefani, and Eric, I will have to turn down the persistent offers of dates with your daughters. Now that I am working on the weekends, I am afraid I won't be able to find the time I hoped I would be able to promise. Also, after talking with Dan, I have set aside time nightly for study. So whenever someone calls the service desk, it will be automatically redirected to whomever is on call, because how can I concentrate with so many distractions? And remember, when working the night shift, I technically am not ever on call. But if a single
He's always on call.
female nurse calls during the day, remember, I have an open ticket with her, and it is overdue. And remember, Phil, after the new TVs are hung, there will be a total of 9 42-inch TVs in the service desk area. So we will never have to fight over what channel to watch. And if by chance, a slim chance, there is ever a real problem, I'll call Cody. In closing, I know that when I finally do come back in 2 weeks, it will be all new faces, and I probably won't recognize anyone. and I'll probably, very likely, be up for a huge promotion. But I want you all to personally know that it is the lessons that you have taught me that will guide me in teaching the next generation of Firelands employees. And also, I want to mention, and I want everyone to thank Matt Lux for volunteering to drive the impaired home. Way to demonstrate the ace attitude. P.S. Whenever you look up at the stars and think, what's out there? I finally have the answer. Those are Nexus satellites.
Unreal.
Good job.
Wow. Fantastic. He almost deserves a standing O for that. I don't know. I literally have tears. That was fantastic.
Oh my god. Wait a minute. Do you have that in electronic?